I'm Bree Clayton with Creative Cow. Today we're speaking with Francis Crossman, who is going to tell us about the exciting new developments in Premiere Pro.
Hey Bree, well thanks for coming to our booth here at NAB 2023. Since the last time we were in Vegas, the Adobe team has been really hard at work, and we've really doubled down on making this the most reliable and the fastest version of Premiere Pro that we've ever shipped. We've really attacked fixing bugs and also GPU accelerating all sorts of things like effects and camera formats, and it's made a huge difference. So I would recommend to everyone that you should update to the latest version because it really is the fastest and most reliable version we've ever shipped. We've also been really listening to our customers and giving them the little things that they need to be productive in their workflows. Sometimes this means little adjustments that we can make that are going to make a big difference to our users. So one example of that would be we made a small change to the way masking works, which is going to make it so that you can actually do very precise masks, and we added some extra zoom levels so that you can really zoom in and do masks. So lots and lots of things like that, but in the reliability realm, we've also added a lot of diagnostic features. So we now have a reset mode, which means that you can hold down a keyboard modifier when you launch the program, and you can easily reset things like your media cache, your preferences. You can reset the plugin loading cache. You can also skip over loading of third-party plugins in the event that maybe one of your plugins is causing some issues.
Okay.
And we've added background autosave so that now you're making backups of your project periodically, and it's no longer a blocking dialog that pops up and interrupts your work. It all happens in the background. So we've really been giving users the tools to keep their system running really, really well. But the really cool thing that we are announcing here at the show this year is text-based editing, which really is an entirely new way to edit. It's based on AI transcription, so you can bring in your footage and it's going to automatically transcribe the footage, and you can in fact transcribe everything in your project in the background. We support up to 17 languages. It's very fast, very accurate, and then once you have that transcript, you can use that to find sound bites. You can search for words. You can of course just read the transcript and find the sound bites that you want to use, and then when you do, highlight that text and insert it into your sequence. And then once you've got those clips in your sequence, again, you can use that transcript to perform editing tasks. So if you can cut, copy, and paste in a word editor, you can edit video in Premiere Pro. So text-based editing is in public beta right now.
Okay.
It's expected to ship in May, and you can try it out right now in beta.
Nice.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm excited. And even like there's an interview and it has a lot of pauses. It will highlight those pauses.
That's right.
You can highlight it with your cursor and delete it.
That's correct.
And it will edit it out of the video.
It'll perform a ripple delete in your timeline and just close that gap.
Amazing.
And then, of course, you can go in and add B-roll to cover up that edit,
Yeah.
but it works with multicam. So if you were doing a 2-camera or more shoot, then you could use text-based editing to edit the multicams into your sequence.
Amazing.
You could change camera angles to cover up that cut.
Right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah. Another big development we have is in the area of color and color management. So we've got 2 new features that really work hand in hand, and the first one is auto tone mapping media. And what that does is it compresses HDR into a Rec 709 container. So most timelines today are Rec 709, but the iPhone shoots HDR. So if you go and put this iPhone footage into your standard timeline, it's going to look blown out. And most people are somewhat confused about why that is. So this new option is going to automatically take that HDR video and squish it down into a Rec 709 container.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, So it's nothing that you need to really worry about.
It just happens behind the scenes
It's on
automatically?
by default, and it's going to make a lot of people who work with iPhone and other HDR content really, really happy.
Right, okay.
The other thing is log color management. So what this means is if you're shooting with a camera like a Sony, Panasonic, or Canon in their flavors of log, like S-Log or V-Log or C-Log, you can import those into your project, and we will automatically transform from the camera color space into the sequence, so that you don't need to use a LUT anymore.
Okay.
And there's a lot of benefits to that. LUTs inherently have precision issues and banding and clipping issues. This is a mathematical transformation. It does not use a LUT, so you don't have to worry about that.
Math.
Correct. It's off by default. The reason for this is that we have a deep respect for the decades of muscle memory that people have regarding working with log footage. They're used to it coming in, looking flat. They put it on the timeline. They use a LUT to get the colors right. We don't want to break that workflow for people.
Right.
But if you are ready to dip your toe into the future of color management, you can turn on automatic log video color space detection in the preferences. And with that and tone mapping turned on, you can really literally just put the footage onto your timeline and start editing and not have to worry about color management.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you, Francis. This
You
has
were
been
very
very
welcome.
informative, and we are excited.
Yeah, me as well.